was elected, which was a really big surprise to everybody because Harper is like a protege of Bush. He's like a baby Bush that got elected up there. And since he's been in office, it's been a steady decline of treaty rights and a steady decline of the damage to the environment up there. So what kicked everything off with I Don't Know More was four women. Hey, Luca.
Hi.
Good morning. What's up?
Good morning.
From the Gathering Tribes, you'll always get a hug. You can put that on the door. So I'm just going through the history of how everything got kicked off with I Don't Know More. So a bill came down the pike in Canada called C-54. And in the end of October, beginning of November, it was four women that decided that they needed to do something. I don't think any of these women are over 40, so they're much younger than some of us here. And they got their minds to, well, they're Native women and non-Native women. And I think that that's a very important point to make, that it's not just the First Nations women that organized this, it was Native women and women of European descent. And so they got together and they came up with the phrase idle no more. And they started a Twitter page and they started a Facebook page and the word started to get out. So moving on into December, on December 4th, there were over 2.5 million bodies of water in Canada that were protected. December 5th was the day that that bill was voted on and it was passed. After that, there were only 82 bodies of water in Canada that were protected. So it went from 2.5 million down to 82. The other thing that that bill does is it violates a lot of the treaty rights. And up in Canada, you know that they've been mining the tar sands up there. It's millions of acres that have been scooped off Mother Earth's belly and dug down into and injected with water and chemicals to force this thick sludge oil that's always before this time been too expensive to get to, but now because oil is in such a high premium, they're shooting these poisons into the belly of our mother to get this stuff up and out. They need to build a pipeline to get it out of Alberta, Canada, in the middle of the continent to the water so that it can be processed in the refineries along the coasts and put on the open market. It's not like it comes to the United States. It goes on the open market and whoever can afford to buy it buys it. So they're building a pipeline from Alberta down to Houston where the refineries are, and there have been people doing civil disobedience since November. They're stopping that pipeline, chaining themselves to the equipment that's tearing up the land there to build this pipeline. They've been sitting in trees. This is the first time that I'm aware of that a corporation from outside of the United States was allowed to use eminent domain to steal people's land to build this pipeline. So they want to do one down to Houston. They also want to do one over to Vancouver. So the one that they want to build to Vancouver is called the Enbridge pipeline. And that one goes right through unceded First Nations lands. Lands that were never ceded, were never agreement made with the Canadian government. And so that's part of what this is about. And this is happening all over the world, which I think is why it resonated in the hearts of so many people. Because everywhere corporations are, which we know that's in every single country, they are using the constitutional powers of those countries to decimate our environment. And everybody alive on the planet now, it's our responsibility to make sure that this is stopped immediately because the ball rolling of climate change is already rolling downhill. It's already gaining momentum. And no matter what we do, if we stop everything right now, all of the decimations to the planet that are happening, climate change will still happen. So the only thing that we can do is ensure that it's not going to become any worse than it already is. So think about your children's children's children. They're the ones that are going to be dealing with these effects of climate change. They're the ones that are going to be living in 120-degree temperatures with very little water in places, with too much water in other places. One of the climate change maps that I saw last year, which I'm always looking to see the most current climate change maps, showed India. So India's shaped like that, right? So the Ganges River goes right down through it. Imagine a big pie slice of water that's going to be taking off land that millions and millions of people live on. So it's serious, and we are here to stand up. We are idle no more, and we're supporting Chief Spence today. She's well into her 5th week. I didn't count the days of her hunger fast. There are other elders that have been fasting with her. She started fasting in order to force Harper to have a meeting with the chiefs, and there's been lots of drama around that these last couple of days. The Queen's emissary, the Queen's arm in Canada, is called the Governor General, and his last name is Johnston. And she felt that it was really necessary that he be at this meeting. And so I did download this press release from this morning, because things have been going back and forth and back and forth. And it essentially says that she's not going to be meeting. She's not going to be meeting with the Chiefs meeting that's happening today. So in Canada, like in the United States, a lot of the chiefs up there and the tribal councils here in this country, they were put in place originally by the colonizing governments. And so some of these leaders are really good hearts for the people, and some of them are all about how much money can I get for me and the people that I care about. And so there's a lot of controversy around the chiefs. There's a lot of disagreement. And the 4 women who started this movement, they're not going there. They're not meeting with the chiefs. This isn't about the chiefs for them. It's about people of good hearts rising up together to support them in Canada and to resonate with what's going on in their own communities. So that's where we are today. And for those of you who have just gotten here in the last few minutes, there are hundreds of events happening today around supporting Chief Spence and Idle No More. And so we might not be a really large circle, but we are an immense circle around the planet, and that's what we're doing here today. So, Luca, I'm going to send this around. And then would you bless us with a song? Please do.
Where do you want to sit it? Little room. Yeah, good stuff.
So I want to thank this grandmother sage and the grandfather fire for being here with us today. Give this to Luca. He'll start with a song, and then we'll have a big prayer, and we'll go around, and everyone could say something from their heart about
We start off with an Alani song to honor the ancestors through this land. Every time we start our prayers or our ceremonies and our functions, we always call upon the ancestors to come and be with us. We use a clapper stick to call upon them in our voices to come and ask them to be with us. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. 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 Yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Yeah, 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 hey. Yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Yeah, hey, 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 yeah, hey. 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 Yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey. That was really perfect.
I want to start this prayer off by thanking the grandmothers and grandfathers that are here today with us, that come from the four directions, for the bones of Luta's ancestors upon which we stand in their presence here today, to the great Creator for giving us this life, this day to be alive, and for joining our hearts with thousands of people around the world right now in order to save our Mother Earth and the future of our children. Creator, I want to ask you to bless everyone who's part of this movement with strength, with perseverance, with the love in their hearts for all of the creatures that exist upon this earth, our brothers and sisters. I want to ask you to bless the children who aren't born yet. I want to ask you to give us all the power of nonviolence as we move forward into this movement. And I especially want to ask you to take care of Chief Spence and the other elders and people who are fasting with her. Give her the strength to continue to move on. Give her the strength to be clear-minded and remain open-hearted. I ask that you put into Harper's mind and those men that are in charge all over the planet an awakening. Allow them to feel the connection that exists between all of the life force that you've created here, and take care of all of the people that are part of your plan to make this the new light of the new day.
Well, I want to thank Chief Spence and all the first peoples because they're fighting their fight, but they're fighting our fight too for us grandmothers. And we want to
I want to bring up the importance of local food security for the youth that are struggling to keep agricultural land down here at the Gill Tract. And I can say more later, but please remember that along with the water and the other natural
dispense un modo di felicidade. I want to send love and greetings and thanks out to everyone who's gathered here, and special blessings for Chief Spence and all the people around the world who are gathered today to bring to this circle all of my Mohawk and Seneca ancestors, as well as my Scottish ancestors whose islands are in danger of being completely covered by water with the changes that are happening globally, and thanks and appreciation for everyone who's gathered here around the world today.
Of course, greetings all my relatives, all my relations. Several things. First, it's exciting to see the prophecy of the eagle and the condor coming to light, and environmental awareness throughout the world. Everyone and every living thing has a right to clean air, clean land, clean water, and clean food. And it's just exciting to see this happening and happening right now.
I'm filled with a lot of gratitude for this circle and the circles around the world, and also with a lot of grief and hope. And I pray for strength and wisdom and courage and perseverance of all the souls that are trying to move towards greater life on the
Very proud to be able to be together here today, be part of this great circle, and we're just so excited about this journey that we're on together. That we truly have an opportunity to make this change that is long overdue. We've suffered so much as humans, as living beings on this planet. And I look into my granddaughter's eyes and I realize how peaceful they are. And so I'm really honored and I feel very strong about this power that I feel all over this country. And I pray to the Creator that He take care of Chief Spence, give her strength for this battle that we're on. So I'd like to say thank you.
I pray for everybody on Mother Earth. When we go in these battles and we go into the swim lanes, we pray for sanity. We pray that everybody stays sane so they can make rational decisions, and that's what I do.
Insisto Benedict Padre Rosits, Shadowy. And I ask for prayers for all the indigenous people here in the Americas that are fighting against the injustices and the oppressions right now. The Zapatistas who have been mobilizing in Chiapas, keep them in mind, and our relatives in South America that are fighting against the gangrene drug. For all our relatives that are fighting against the contamination of their earth and their livelihoods and their food sources and their water. Pray for them to give them the strength in their battles and in their resistance against all these contaminations and these poisons that are being put against our people. And that we understand collectively that these poisons are infecting all of us as human beings. And that we have to stand up and make those changes and be those changes that we want to see. And that we have the strength as individuals and have the courage as individuals to stand up in our own lives and make the changes with our health and with our mentalities and with what we do in our daily day lives, so that we can really make changes and that we can act upon it in a good way, in a humble way, in connection with the earth and with each other. So I give thanks for the circles like these that allow us to come together and pray and have that harmony and that energy as one. And again, give thanks to the Creator, Tataruk, for this day, for the sun, Ismen, and for the life and the breath that we have. Shiruru, Emek Taukwa.
Mm. Um, I want to give thanks to the Creator for allowing me to be here with each one and every one of you, for putting the direction in my life, and this is where I'm supposed to be. And I finally just found that, so I'm very, very grateful for that. Thank you for being here, for just having me around the good energy, the energy that I need to be around. And I just hope that I can feed off of all this good energy and then I could put it back out. And so just thank you. Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank the Creator, La Creadora, the Four Directions, the elements for this day, for this gathering, for all the people that made this gathering possible. And a special prayer to all the warriors out today across the world that are coming together like us to fight for justice, for Mother Earth, for Tonantzin. Um, and also a special prayer so that we might have the courage to continue to plant these seeds of resistance in the new generations. I'm thinking about my daughter. I'm thinking about all our children and what needs to happen so that we plant these seeds of them so that they also have that connection to the earth, to the elements, to the healing that we all need as communities to create these solidarities. So I'm just very blessed and honored to be here. And I also want to thank my good friend Cecilia for encouraging me to come and inviting me. This is meant to happen, and it's also just part of the new journey that I'm also taking, and connecting. I think the land, the earth is calling me and has been calling me, and I'm finally listening. And so I just want to thank the medicine and all of you here today. May you all have good energy in your lives and your families. Thank you.
Hi. I want to thank Penny for inviting me because she's always been a great mentor to me and a great educator for everyone in our community. And it's largely because of her that I'm aware of these kinds of issues in my life, not only for Indigenous people, but for people everywhere. So here in America, in South America, in Africa, anywhere that there are Indigenous people, there are rights that are being violated. And it's largely because of her that I get to be aware of that. I get to take action. And so I'm really grateful that you've included me and allowed me to speak out and to be aware of how I can be an educator for other white people so that maybe I can be an influence and create some kind of change so that my children won't be the kind of violators that my ancestors were. And also to question whether or not I should even be here and whether or not my children should be here. Maybe we should go elsewhere. Maybe we should go back home. And that's all I'm saying.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for this gathering. I'm a part of the Movement Generation Collective, and we work on ecological justice issues. And it's just, we wanted to send our love to Chief Spence and to all Indigenous and Native folks and First Nations who have been fighting on the front lines of the ecological crisis and colonization for many, many years. And for us, it's really important in this time of transition to recognize that there are multiple paths to move us forward, and it's important for us to stand in solidarity with the folks, whether it's in Canada, in the tar sands, or whether it's in West Oakland, in the hood, for us to stand in solidarity to build the right path forward. So thank you so much.
I'm really grateful to be here. It's such a tragedy what we've done to the planet, and I love Mother Earth, and I just want to do whatever I can to be personally involved and to move forward, to be part of moving forward with this movement of taking back the earth. And I pray to Father Sky, Mother Earth, God Goddess, all that is, that dreams will come to the people in high powerful places of the beauty that the earth could and should and shall be, so that they make choices in favor of Mother Earth's rebirth and purification, and, you know, just let the old girl have a good time.
I'd like to thank everybody that's here today and in support of the I Don't Know More. And I appreciate Penny for everything that she's done. And I just wish the best for everything. Yeah.
So, for those that weren't here when I got here, I am streaming this video, and if anyone doesn't want to be videoed, please tell me. And it has been challenging for me to video the prayer circle because it just goes against what I've done, but it feels like a really important time where, the prayers are public because they have to be heard. So thank you for having me, be a, a vessel to help you share your message.
I want to say thank you, Chief Spence, and the thousands and thousands in the I Don't Know More movement that have just hit perfectly what we can all resonate with, and it's so overdue that we I Don't Know More, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
I want to thank everyone here today and joining the circle throughout the world. I thank Mother Earth and the higher power for bringing us together. I pray for the children and grandchildren, and may they have a future. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I want to thank Penny for inviting me. I'm truly happy I could come here today, and I'm really honored to stand on the shoulders of all the activists before us. And I really loved hearing about the I Don't Know More movement. I was reading about it for a while, and so to be a part of it today is really cool. And I just really hope that we can save the earth, because being a kind of a farmer gardener that's trying to save the land of the Gill Tract, I see this all as one movement, and I want us to all be. I think we'll all be successful. Thank you.
What comes is just a lot of gratefulness. Gratefulness for this circle. Gratefulness that people feel the I Don't Know More movement. Grateful that we're listening to each other in this circle. Um, and may we be heard. May all of us throughout the earth are part of this movement.
Moving around.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm late. I feel very privileged to be here too. Thank you for inviting me. Just very moved by this movement that's happening, and I pray that this is the year. This is the year, and I echo a lot of what everybody has said, and that there's a critical mass moving forward.
Some things occurred to me while we were going around the circle that I wanted to mention. And one of them is that we are in this new era. And there's prophecies about this time that we're in. We're so lucky to be here right now. This is a time that's been foretold for hundreds and hundreds of years. And we get to be part of it. We get to be here right now. And with that comes the responsibility of what our jobs are to be alive right now on the planet. Somebody emailed me a glyph, a Mayan codex glyph that's in the Dresden Codex in Germany. And it's a glyph about, from, way back then, thousands of years ago, this glyph is about right now. It's about the changing of the old time to the new time. And the glyph is of a woman taking the staff. And what that means in indigenous cultures is the staffs have power. They have great power. And the woman taking that staff is what we're seeing right now. This movement was started by 4 women, Native and Mersey. Chief Spence was the chief. She's a woman to do this spiritual work. See, we were in Oakland on Saturday. We had Karina Gold and Lakota Harden step up with their really powerful voices. And look around this circle. We've got 3 men and all of these powerful women. And so, all of you here, it's time for each of you to take that staff. That staff isn't for one woman, 2, 3, 4 women. That staff is for every single woman that's alive right now. So take that staff. Take a hold of that staff and move forward wherever you are in your life. is so. We're seeing it. It's living.
It's happening.
Staff is a living thing that's for all of us. Anyone have anything else? And not to disrespect the men. The men
Yeah.
always have a part. We always need and love and appreciate our men. Thank you, men.
Thank you. um,
So I want to honor all those that came before, because we talked about the movement as something being new with Idle No More. But the truth is that for the last 520 years, the movement, the resistance of indigenous people here in America has been ongoing.
Yeah.
From the very beginning. A lot of people always say, what does AIM or what does the movement mean to you? What is it? To me, I always tell them the movement began when the very first indigenous person ran back to their village, back to their hut, to their home, and sharpened their arrows and sharpened their weapons when they saw their foes coming. That was the very beginning of the indigenous movement here in the Americas. So I want to acknowledge all of those that came before this day, and all of those who are going to come after. But we honor them with the American Indian Movement song that represents all of the indigenous people in the movement in the Western Hemisphere. So that's what it means when I sing this song.
time to now, folks? Well, we have to open at 10. We got like 10 minutes. Maybe we should take a group.
A group shot.
Yeah.
I have a. I could do. Yeah.
Drumming.
We have one person that even though she doesn't believe in praying. Okay. Oh no, he can't. Está bien porque hay gente aquí que entiende. En español, baby. Dice que
Yeah, but just the regular language, they understand. That's actually, I use that when I grew up. You know, sometimes
Yeah, it's very, it's important to know all the
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I keep bumping you.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just really happy to be here. I'm Canadian, and so I feel really touched. My heart's really hurting today, but I feel really touched that everybody's here.
all around the world we're standing up for your country and for the rest of the world, you know. All everywhere today. It's just such an amazing day.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So shall we get a group photo and post it everywhere we do you have some time to take a picture of us? Stand right over here with our signs and
Penny,
we don't have cameras.
you don't want to
on,
go
we're all
under.
gonna wanna
You don't want to go under your sign.
no, that's okay. It's not about gathering signs.
It's all about guys.
That's what we're doing.
Show the people in the back. Thank you so much. And with this one, it's just that little violet.
I know the short people in the back.
Maybe we should go. I don't think we see you here.
Come on, you guys.
We should go over this way.
You have to get out from under the thing there.
Get closer.
You got my ruffle socks on.
We don't want our photographer to get hung by cars.
I'll run in. Yeah. See, there's our friendly photographer from the sidewalk.
She's got a whole bunch of cameras.
It's alright. I don't need to be in all of them.
One more time. Oh, a ticket. It just was a delay. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay, great.
If you guys want to keep sitting around, I'll just keep shooting pictures of individuals. The truth is we have like a complete story. We've got settler solidarity, we've got love your, Mother Earth, we got tar sands.
One in your pocket.
Fix it.
My phone's in your pocket. Like the, is it on?
Yeah.
You got it?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
We're going to open the door to the store if anyone needs to use the restroom or wants to come and get a little bit warm. On December 10th, the day Chief Smith started her fast, we didn't know she was starting her fast. Michael and I went over to the city to the consulate with this sign.
Oh.
Wow.
Hardly anyone knew what was going on yet, and we went right over there. So we stood there for a little over an hour with our sign. It's very cool.
How many rivers? How many bodies of water did you say there were?
So it was 2.5 million
2.5 million
bodies of water that were protected on December 4th in Canada.
Sure,
And
I
on
think
December
she was
5th,
gonna
after
pick
the
up
passage
somebody.
of
But
C45, it was 82.
do you know Michael? Michael, this is my friend Rudy.
Why do people always put that number? I know it's a hashtag, but what does that mean? What is that?
I don't know more.
No.
This, it's for Twitter.
Oh,
So if you have a Twitter account and you search this, there will be thousands of posts about I don't know more.
Okay. I knew it was a hashtag.
Thank you so much.
They have to be on everything.
Well,
I understand
it
now.
used to be the www was on everything.
Right, and now it's that. Yeah, okay. And what were the
It means
dates?
it's a search item. So if you click on it, you can see what everybody's putting up from I don't know where around the world. Well, if you want to follow the story, that's where you have to. Like if you want to see the live videos, you're gonna look on Twitter to find the videos.
Even if I don't have an account?
You can, but if it's more efficient to create an account. You could do a Twitter search without an account. Yeah.
I know, I've got everything else. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Out of focus. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Hi, Allison.
For the guild map, Alea said she's
Wait, one more. I just shrank my.
I didn't quite get the I don't know more at the bottom there.
I got so busy painting. I forgot.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Oh, your memory card is full.
Oops, I got that one.
I know all.
Oh my God. It's a recording,
Oh, but announcement Saturday, tomorrow, noon at the Richmond Civic Center Plaza on McDonald in Richmond. Huge flash mob brown dance, songs. It'll be really big. I can't go, so please go represent me.
We need a big picture of you.
It's at the Richmond Civic Center. Okay. Richmond Civic Center.
Hi,
And then
Hey, sweetie,
on
so
Martin
good.
Luther King Day in Sacramento.
Different spots.
I don't know more.
I usually put these photos on like a public Flickr album, so you can see them. You could you download them whenever.
There was
Okay.
1,000 of us marching
How do
in
we
that
find 'em?
parade.
It's gonna be. Well, I'm gonna show them on the Facebook
All
event.
over the
I'll share
state.
them.
Oh, great.
And we'll be
Okay.
there. It's a Monday. We don't work on a Monday.
If you're not on Twitter or Facebook, what's a good way of finding out about it? Okay.
I'm all over it.
All right.
Anyway, there's a labor chorus up there. I can't remember what
It's a crazy That's all night.
One more pose.
I'm sorry, it's the hair, not you.
It's so beautiful. It's really sweet.
Why do you get like a medium shot of me on this?
Yes.
I was in front of the door. I'm an artist, so the door
Oh.
flashed.
Yeah.
I'm so silly. Okay, one with the hat and one without. My mama made my hat, so I got one. Okay, you want one with the hat too? Yeah.
That's so.
I swam through from Alcatraz. How was it with traffic in the city?
Otherwise, her feelings will get hurt.
Here, I got it. Sorry.
God,
Yeah,
man.
let me just bring her
You
down.
have you have a lot of work ahead of you.
Oh,
I can see it.
I hope so.
oh, that's good
It's
news.
gonna be a long movement.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I like an energy.
No,
Thanks, sweetie. You got a good idea. You ever talked to artist? Oh, okay. I got so into it, I forgot to respace the words. So now I'm like, oh, that's okay. Have a good day.
Beautiful.
Thanks.